All right, how's it going, everybody? I think today's probably going to be a bit of a quick one. It's just something that was on my mind that I kind of just wanted to get off my chest a little bit. I'm going to preface this by saying that it's really inconsequential. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme, and it's really not important. But more than likely, no one's going to end up clicking on this video anyway, so I don't know. What does it really matter? So this is in relation to Dropout TV. I've been a fan of Dropout TV for well over a year now. I love their content. I think it's really interesting, it's fun, and I think their commitment to entertainment is very commendable. I've also been a fan of College Humor ever since I was a kid. I loved watching Hardly Working, the Jake and Amir series. I'm pretty sure I've watched Jake and Amir multiple times at this point. And I love it. I thought that it was really good. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I've seen a lot of content when they talk about Dropout TV and how much of a success it is. And it is successful. It's very successful. I enjoy it. A lot of people are enjoying it. That's very well known. But I've watched the Philip DeFranco show, and mostly in relation to the whole Watcher situation, which if you're not familiar with that, and there's so many other people that have covered it on almost every other angle, so I'm not going to worry about getting into the weeds of that one, but this is in relation to Dropout TV because it's usually connected to that, and people talk about, well, they're doing it, and Dropout TV is successful. And that's usually how the dialogue goes. And I've seen so many TikToks where people bring up the same topic saying, well, Dropout TV did it and they were successful. And I just feel like a piece of the puzzle is missing. And like I said, I love Dropout TV and I do think that it is successful. But I think that people are missing the history of it where Dropout TV was a catastrophic failure, right? And I know this is like more of a semantic argument, and like I said, it's inconsequential. But College Humor collapsed when they did Dropout TV, and nobody really talks about that. Now, maybe my timeline is entirely mixed up, maybe behind the scenes other things were going on with the business, but the way that I understand it to be is that College Humor had multiple branches within New York and also LA, and the infrastructure was sort of unstable, at least that's my understanding of it. And they implemented Dropout TV to collect more profit, more income, because, that's subscription-based services. And then they lost all their sponsors. All their sponsors dropped out, no pun intended. Their sponsors left, and then the company collapsed. They had to fire everybody, and that, if people are talking about that like it's a success, that's like just really strange to me because that's not how I would quantify success. I think that it ultimately failed. Everybody lost their jobs except I think Sam Reich said maybe 5 or 7 people. But then it became successful. So from the standpoint of College Humor implementing a paid subscription service, I would say that it was a failure because the initial business model that they had where they brought in this new system just eroded it from the inside. Dropout on its own as a subscription service and a streaming platform, I think is very successful. And I don't know. Like I said, it's really not that important, but it's just something that I felt like bringing up in dialogue because it's been on my mind. I keep hearing people talk about Dropout TV and how successful it is. And it just has this like itch in my brain where I'm like, people aren't like bringing up the fact that from the offshoot of College Humor, it didn't work. And I don't know. Am I crazy for this? Or does anyone else remember how that happened? Let me know in the comments. I hope I don't get like eaten alive for this one. But I don't know. Like I said, people probably aren't going to click on this anyway. So what does it really matter? Plus, I also think it's good to just, get used to speaking your mind and projecting because it's not something that I'm entirely good at. So just felt like making this. Let me know what you think. All right. Peace.